So you were in the game jams. So
Yeah.
Can you maybe tell the people that hear the word game jam for the first time to say, what can you expect from a game jam? What is it? What do you have to think about?
A typical game jam lasts, for instance, 48 hours. And in that 48 hours, you develop a small game. It's always a small project with 4 or 5 people, and you make something that's playable in the end. And you forgo every sane idea about game development. You just, like, we want to have something playable within 2 days. So the code isn't very neat and the music isn't implemented the right way, but it works. It's just having fun. Don't worry about technical issues. And that's why they call it jamming. When musicians jam, they don't think about, how should we record this? No, just, we're trying to come up with something cool, with something new. And that's what you do during a game jam. It's the different disciplines of game development jamming together.
It's really the start of an indie developer wearing many hats just to get the job done.
Yeah.
To make sure that you have a playable kind of on as many disciplines as possible. So interesting enough, you say, I wanted to write the music, but it also the idea came from that game jam, right?
Yeah.
And then you wrote the music for it because you need to wear many hats and try to make yourself as useful as possible within those 48 hours or sometimes even shorter. It depends like how long the game jam is. And then you end up with a full game, Unexplored. And how did it go from game jam to doing
No. The game I was talking about, the first one that was called, that's called Sumiko, which is a puzzle game. It's still available on Android, by the way. Unexplored was really Joris's project. He was messing around with procedural content generation, and he is really, really good at it. He's, a world-renowned expert on that subject. So he had this roguelike, procedurally generated, and it was really fun to play instantly. He only worked on it for a couple of weeks. And that's when I sat down with him. It's like, okay, let's talk music. And he told me, yeah, okay, let's try. So I made something, and he was instantly very, very enthusiastically about it. And so that became, slowly that became my job. And especially with Unexplored 2, we had funding, we had a publisher, and that whole process took, I think 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
And that was a long time. Yeah.
And during that process, in finding the sound for a game like that, do you get like an instant hit? Do you find the sound palette right away, or how does that originate?
Well, with Unexplored 1, that was kind of, that was instant. But Joris himself isn't the most critical of persons in this regard. So for Unexplored 2, we had this whole team, and it was some sort of a democracy, and everybody had something to say also on the music. And that was not a very fun process, to be honest. I am doing that differently now. It was me trying to produce something that I thought that other people would want to hear, not something specifically that I thought would be a great fit with the game. And that was because, I was in my 40s, but this was at the beginning, a new beginning of an entirely new career. So I didn't have the confidence to say, this is how it should sound. So I was trying a lot and really discovering that talking about music is very difficult because it's sort of talking about feelings, and everybody uses a completely different vocabulary. And it's it should sound like this, and then they showed you, they sent you a song, a track, and you go like, that's 100% synthesizers. Okay, well, let's try something with synthesizers. And then you send that back and they go like, why is it all synthesizers? You just bloody sent me a synth track. No, I meant the atmosphere, the melodies. Oh my God, yeah, okay. I finally got sort of frustrated, and I went like, no, okay, now I'm gonna forget everything everyone has said, and I'm gonna just make something that I think is the best fit for this game, and also something that I know I can do, which is an orchestral sound, a real orchestral sound, and then this really melodic sound, this sort of what I like to call a Japanese orchestral sound, like the Ghibli feel, the Final Fantasy kind of inspired music. So I did that, and everybody was like, holy shit, this is it. This is great. And the publisher was over the moon with it. And I know we had several difficult moments during development. And there was one moment where the publisher really wasn't pleased with the progression. And so we had to come up with this demo. And that demo gave us an extension, and we could continue development. And we got this feedback, and he was still very critical in every bit, but there was this couple of sentences about the music that were really, this is near release quality. This is great. This is how the whole game should be. This is perfect. and he went on for a couple of lines, and I was, oh, okay. So I did my thing. So yeah, that was basically how we got to the sound of Unexplored 2.
Hey there, I appreciate you watching the video. If you like this one, check out this video or that video. And if you want to support the channel, make sure to click on top of my head on the logo and subscribe to the channel.